another Christmas in July video. This one we're going to be making drawstring gift bags, and I got this idea off of Pinterest. It's a makeup bag, and I am going to be making one for my granddaughter out of this beautiful fabric from Walmart. This is so pretty. She loves pink. So I'm going to make her a makeup bag for Christmas and fill it with her favorite cosmetics. But it's a drawstring bag. This is my pattern I made. It's going to be 17.5 inches in diameter. And I need to cut one of an outer fabric, one of an inside fabric, and then one of interfacing. But I also came up with the thought of what can I do for my grandsons? They are in between the ages of 11 and 3. So I thought I can make them a drawstring bag. I've got some Mario prints that I picked up at Walmart, the little fat quarter packets. This was like $1.97, I think. And then I got a packet of Star Wars prints because most of those boys love Star Wars. So I've got a packet of those. And I'm going to do the same thing that I'm doing for her bag. But these are going to be filled with little small things and give it to them for Christmas. Like the two youngest will get little Matchbox cars in their drawstring bag. Then I've got to come up with neat little gift ideas for the older boys. I'm thinking maybe Rubik's Cubes, some kind of a little puzzle. Of course, we're going to put some candy in them. But these are nice quiet bags. So let's say they want to go on a car trip, and this quiet bag can be filled with little games and toys and things that can be drawn up real quick. And then when they want to play with them, they just open them up, play with them in their lap, and then tie it back up when they're done. So I was real tickled with this idea that I came up with for the grandsons. Now we're going to be using shoestrings to tie our bags up with. So I got these at Walmart, and we're going to need a grommet or an eyelet kit to make a hole for the drawstring to go through. It's not hard, it's really easy, really fun. So let's get started making these drawstring bags. You need to cut you a pattern and then just start cutting your fabric and then follow along, and I'll show you how easy it is to make. Alright, so again, let's go over what you're going to need. You're going to need your pattern, and this is my pattern. I used a large serving dish, then I just measured out 2 inches all the way around, which gave me 17.5 inches. This is just some wrapping paper. I always buy tons of wrapping paper at the end of the Christmas season, and I use it as patterns too because it has that nice grid on the back. And we're going to be using some fabrics. I've got Star Wars here. I've got one of my grandsons does not like Star Wars, but he loves Mario. Then I have a backing color. I've got the shoestrings to use for them. And you're going to need some of these grommets. These are like $4 a kit, and there's 12 sets in here. This is the beautiful fabric I have for Haley's present. And then some interfacing, iron-on interfacing. So that's what you need. So let's get started cutting. Now for this project, I'm going to be cutting out 8 fronts and 8 backs, and then 8 pieces of the fusible interfacing. So I just take my scissors, pin my pattern down. I've got 2 or 3 layers of the top fabric that I'm cutting through, which makes it go a little quicker. But I get all my pieces cut out, all 3, the backs, the fronts, and the interfacing. Now it's time to go over to the iron, and we are going to iron that interfacing right to the back of our front piece. Alright, so I ironed that pellon to all 8 pieces of fabric, and the next step in the process is we're going to add our grommet hole, which is what we run our drawstring through, and this just makes a nice hole that doesn't fray. And I use this little kit. You can get these at Walmart or any fabric store, and it has the tools in it that you need to make this hole. So the first step is to measure 1 inch down from the top and just make a dot there. Then we're going to take our post, put it right over that dot and draw a round circle, and we got to cut that part out with a pair of small scissors. So I'm just going to take my really sharp scissors and just cut that little hole out, and then we're going to take that post and go to the right side and push it through the fabric. And you can see how this makes a nice sturdy hole to run your drawstring cord through. Alright, so we've got that in, pushing that all the way through, and then we're going to take the washer and put it on the back side and fit it right into that post. Alright, now we put our ring on top. It gives you this little hammering peg, and then you take your hammer. I did 5 really hard taps, and it pushes the 2 clamps together, and it's just a nice finished look. So that wasn't hard at all. So let me go over a little bit about the makeup bag. I took some Mod Podge and just in the middle painted, or you can use the new Mod Podge spray, and that is so that if the makeup were to ever leak on it, you could just wipe it right off. So now I'm taking my right sides together. The Mod Podge has dried overnight, and I'm just going to only do this on the makeup bags. I didn't worry about the other bags. So now I'm taking my 2 pieces and I'm going to go all the way around very close to the edge and sew this bag. And then I'm going to leave a 3-inch gap or opening so that I can turn it. So just with my machine, I'm straight stitching really close to that edge all the way around. There it is, all the way around. So we're going to open up, and then we're going to turn the piece, push it through, and pull it out the other side and turn it, and then flatten it out. And I did this with all 8 pieces. And if you do an assembly line, it really goes by kind of fast, and you can make a bunch at one time. So there you can see I'm just pulling on it. It is a little stiff from the Mod Podge, but I think in the long term that'd be nice for that bag in case you get any dust or makeup on it. Alright, so we're going to go back and top stitch around that very close to the edge, and then measure down 1 inch to make our channel to run the drawstring through. So I've got it pinned, the opening, I've pinned it down or clipped it down, and we're going to go all the way around, top stitching real close to the edge, and then measure down 1 inch and go all the way around again, making a channel to run that cording through. So here is one of the pieces that I worked on. I've got that nice channel going, and I'm going to just start inserting the shoestring right into that hole and just pushing it along. That edge of the shoestring is a nice sharp point to it, so it's easy to feed through, and you feed it all the way around out the other side, and that's what makes it a drawstring. You see how I just pulled that together? So I did that on all 8 pieces, and I wanted to make sure that this didn't come out. You know how kids pull the strings out of their sweatshirts. So I'm going to take a bead, and I'm going to take both of those shoestring ends and run it through the whole of this wooden bead. I just had these in my craft stash, so I just used what I had. And that is going to be our slider that slides up and down the string. I'm going to tie the 2 ends in a knot so that the string does not come, the bead does not come off, and that way they can use the bead to slide up and down when opening up the bag. And I did this on all of the bags. I had some glass beads that I used on the pink bags, and they look really pretty with that pink ribbon. So there is the makeup kit. And you see how you can take this with you when you travel. You just put all your makeup in there, pull it tight, and you're good to go. And these were so easy to make, and I could make a bunch of them and give these out as gifts to friends and family at Christmas. So I love that idea, but I really am loving the one for the grandkids. And I've got some little Matchbox cars that I'm going to put in here. And then between now and Christmas, I will just be picking up little things that can fit in these bags, and then add some candy, and then each grandchild will have their own
little bag of goodies to carry with them on trips or just a quiet play in the house. And I thought they turned out so neat. So I hope you'll give this one a try because it's really easy and it makes a really nice gift. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've got any questions, please leave those below. I'd be happy to answer those for you. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with others. Have a very blessed day, my friends.